Yo, said move further away. We moving further away. We're doing another car video. Another car vlog expressing my thoughts. This is Jay International, and I am presenting you with the thoughts of Jay International. Now, what I want to say is this. Black people, we have to realize, in my opinion, we are done in Los Angeles. We are done in Los Angeles. And I am going to explain to you in this vlog why we as a group are done in Los Angeles. Now, you may ask, why do I constantly do these car vlogs? It's because I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly working, I'm constantly on the grind. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler. Now, you may have certain individuals that will say black people are not done in LA. Now listen, it's that healthy energy right here. If you're gonna have energy, I used to do a lot of Red Bulls, and that's not good. This is a healthier alternative. Now, outside of the actors, the famous people, the influencers, the sports stars, outside of them, and also outside of retired black folk, listen to me. When I say retired black folk, I'm referring to black people who are generally, I would say, in the age range of 60 and up. And why would I include these black people? Because they were coming up at a time where a black person can go work at a regular job, do 30, 40 years, retire, get their pension, and, live off their pension and their Social Security. And they probably own their homes. All other black people under that age range don't apply. Outside of famous people, stars, athletes, influencers, right? General black people, we are finished. We are finito in Los Angeles. And this is my reason I believe this is the case. When I go to Los Angeles, when I was driving a truck, and I went to Los Angeles, and I went into this, I was doing a delivery at a warehouse, and I went into this warehouse to do my delivery. And when I looked in that warehouse, this is in Los Angeles, right? This is not in some rural area or some, area, in the boondocks. This is LA. When I went into that warehouse to do my delivery, to let them know my load was out there, everybody in that warehouse, working from the top to the bottom, you already know where I'm about to go. Everybody in that warehouse was Hispanic. There was not one black person in that warehouse that was working. The only black people that were coming in there were delivery drivers truck delivery drivers. And what's that mean? That means that they probably don't originate from Los Angeles. They're probably an over-the-road driver that is bringing in a load to Los Angeles from another state. So that was the only individuals that were black in that warehouse. Everybody else was Hispanic. And what you need to understand about the Hispanics of Los Angeles, not all, but a majority, when it comes to employment, they're going to look out for their people. That's why in that warehouse, it was all them, because maybe the hiring manager was only giving out jobs to them. And you can't blame them. You can't blame a people for wanting to look out for their own group. You cannot blame them for doing that. But we must realize that we as a black people dropped the ball. We did it in Oakland, where I'm from. It happened in LA. It's going to happen in Atlanta, which you may consider a black enclave. It's already happening. When I was out there, I seen it happening already. But in LA, it's over. We dropped the ball. This whole thing about the Rainbow Coalition and, let's all hold hands and let's conclude everybody and all black and brown. It worked against us. It worked against us because these other groups were saying, okay, we can be black and brown, but when we get in there, we only gonna look out for brown, right? And that's basically what happened in Los Angeles. It's over for black people out there. They have all the jobs, pretty much all the manual labor jobs. They have all the service jobs. Even government jobs, right? That black people is notoriously known to work in government jobs. They got it all. They got it all. And so when you look at that, you say, well, how is black people supposed to come back? They got all the jobs. They got the numbers because they constantly coming in. And like I said, you can't blame them for looking out for themselves. We have to only blame ourselves, and particularly the baby boomers, which I did in a past video. You go look at that, where I blamed the baby boomers for this situation that the Gen X and the millennials and the Gen Zs find themselves in. But, it's too late. It's too late. It's over. The nail is in the coffin. There's no coming back. There is no coming back from this, because it's already too far. They got there's no real black businesses out there. And if there is what you to perceive to be a black business, more than likely it's not even owned by a black person. It's probably owned by some other non-white individual, which would usually be an Hispanic individual. So even to perceive what we think are black businesses are not even owned by black people. So why should black people, particularly the group that I talked about, still think that they can do some things in Los Angeles? Not everybody's going to make it to Hollywood. We already know that. Not everybody's going to be the next LeBron. Not everybody's going to be the next influencer. Right? We know that. So why stay and fight a losing battle? A battle that we see is already a done deal. I think the solution is black people have to wake up. Wake the hell up. And realize the trick bag that's been played on us. And we have to. Once we wake up and realize this, there is no coalitions with no groups. Like the late great ancestor said, Dr. Henry Clark, we have no friends. When we realize that, we need to stop fighting each other. We need to get on a code, like Neely Fuller Jr. talks about. Get on a code, and we need to go in the areas where we are still the predominant majority. We need to move like the other groups move, like they did to get the power hose that they got, like the power hose that they got in Los Angeles. We have to move like that. You know, we talking about areas like in the South, like Memphis. I heard it's still predominantly black. Where else? Detroit. These predominantly, black enclaves, maybe even Washington, D.C. We have to, I'm parking. We have to salvage those areas, okay? We have to salvage those areas. And that is the only way that we're going to be able to save ourselves. Because if we don't, we done, we finished. We're going to keep getting pushed out to the point where we can't go anywhere else. Like when I was in Atlanta, they out there. You can watch old videos. I was seeing that year I was out there, and I went there because I thought, oh, this is the Black Mecca. This is the Black Mecca. This is where I need to be. And when I went out there, I realized it's really not. It's a facade. You got a lot of faking going on out there. But what I saw in those areas in Atlanta, in Buckhead, and areas around that area, is they had whole apartment complexes that were all Hispanics, all Latinos. They had whole areas that were devoted to them. And I don't know if this has been going on or this is something recent, but I'm telling you what I saw when I was out there. Right? And it's only going to get more. It's only more is going to come. And like what happened, see the model, what you need to think, we need to stop thinking, oh, well, they're just going to come and do the jobs that we don't want to do. In the beginning, that was the case, but now it's not the case. Because now when you go on Indeed, right, with your little degree, and you're looking for jobs, in Los Angeles, with your that apply to what you study or your degree, they're asking you, are you bilingual? Do you speak Spanish? Do you speak Chinese? Do you speak Japanese? They're asking you, are you bilingual? And if not, don't even apply for this job. But mainly, do you speak Spanish? What is that telling you? That's telling you that they're not just doing no menial jobs no more. So, LA, for us, it's a wrap. With that being said, like, share, and subscribe. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.